Hey everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to Crunch Time. I'm your host, Josh Riley. And we're almost halfway through the NBA season, and I have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. Our biggest story, you can't talk about the NBA and not talk about them with the Golden State Warriors. Since my last show, they have lost one more game, which brings their record now to 34-2, which is a historic NBA best through the first 36 games of an NBA season, surpassing the 33-win streak Lakers and the 72-win Bulls. So what you and I are witnessing right now is one of the best teams that have been ever assembled in the history of the league in 2016. It's kind of exciting. They just got one of their key players back in Harrison Barnes, so they have proven they have gotten even stronger. Steph Curry gave us a little bit of a scare, messing around and hurting himself a bit, but they are showing no signs of slowing down. And Draymond Green, the triple-double machine, is doing just that. The dude's become a triple-double threat every single night, and just the way that these guys play together, it's just, I can't say it enough, just how much fun it is, and the flash, but the teamwork and just the energy and the passion and the joy that they play is just so amazing. I'm so glad that I get to witness something like this. Which got me to thinking, who's like the second best team right now? And I know a lot of people might think, oh yeah, it's King James and the Cavaliers, which now that I think about it, that sounds like some group from like the Motown days. Like, coming onto the stage, King James and the Cavaliers. No, they're not the second best team. It is the San Antonio Spurs. Yes, there is a basketball team in San Antonio, Texas, in case y'all forgot. But yeah, they're the second best team in the league right now, doing it quietly, as they usually do, flying under the radar, as they usually do. People not saying anything about them, as they usually do. But their record right now is 32-6. They're only 3 games behind the Warriors. And you're wondering, how are they doing this? Well, guess what, people? This ain't new. The Spurs have been kicking ass for a long, long time. And have been doing it with the same group of guys for a long, long time. Still got Coach Popovich, who is arguably one of the greatest coaches ever. They still got Tim Duncan, who is known to some as Old Man River, which is very appropriate. He's been in the league for a very long time. And I firmly believe that Greg Popovich was there the day Tim Duncan was born. Because he's in the perfect system. It's almost like he put a stamp on him, he's mine. When he gets to the NBA, he is mine. And they also still got Manu Ginobili, still got Tony Parker, and they've also added pieces, most notably in Kawhi Leonard, who probably brings the most athleticism and is one of the young guys who's probably going to be the franchise player once Tim Duncan retires, and who was also their defensive player of the year last year. So they just keep quietly adding pieces, and the system that Popovich has set up is just perfect for them. If you want to see someone really nerd out like me, I appreciate things like they pass the ball 9 times before taking a shot, which usually results in a layup. To a regular basketball fan, it might not seem like a big deal. It's boring. It's not flashy. But they're the most fundamentally sound team, and that's how they beat other teams, is with their ball movement, which is, to me, it's poetry in motion. It's beautiful to watch. In fact, I have to show you a quick clip. So take a look at this. But you see what I mean there? It's just, that's how they've been beating teams. That's how they beat the Heat the last time they won the championship after losing to the Heat the year before. It's just that ball movement. And what that does is keep guys healthy and from having to move around as much, because they just have to be in the right spot when the ball gets there and make sure they find the guy that's in a better position for a better shot. And they are fantastic at it. And which brings me to another point as far as, not having to expend as much energy, especially with a lot of the older elder statesmen on the team in Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Parker, is the rash of injuries that has been going on lately. I mean, it seems like it has increased, and not even so much in like bad injuries, although there has certainly been some of those. But I'm talking about like jammed fingers, twisted ankles, just little things like that. And then players are out for like several games. I mean, I've played sports for a long time. I've played basketball for a long time. I've definitely dealt with my share of jammed fingers, sprained ankles, being poked in the eye, all that. So I know it hurts. But if you look back in like the 80s, even the 90s, where the game was more physical, guys were getting injured, probably not as much, but if they were getting injured, they weren't out as long, it seems like. And to me, that's just kind of weird. I mean, you ask the guys the last played in that era in the 90s, like Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant, they would agree that today's game is not as physical as it was back then. But yet the injuries seem to have stacked up and players are taking longer to heal. Yet we're supposed to have like the best resources available in the NBA in this day and age, but there's more injuries and they're taking longer to get back on the court. To me, it just is kind of strange to me, and especially with the game not being as physical due to rule changes and things like that. So I don't know what's happening with that, but I know my biggest thing is I just hope players stay healthy, especially players on the Warriors and Spurs, because I really like seeing this run going. And it seems like they're on a collision course for the Western Conference Finals. And of course, everyone else in the NBA stay injury free. That is the one opponent that cannot be beat. So yeah, we're almost halfway through the season, guys. All-Star games coming up next month. Going to be in Toronto. That's going to be fun. You know damn well Drake is going to be all over that place. So until next time, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on what's going on, what new exciting stories and trends are happening in the NBA. So thank you for watching today's episode, and again, Happy New Year. This is your host, Josh Riley, and until next time, I leave you with today's funny.
Any question before we make jalapeno poppers?
Why is the Marcus dressed like that?
Jalapenos are spicy, man. Gotta protect.
Why do they take so long to make?
Paris was not built in a day.
That was wrong.
Whatever.
Can I use my own knife?
No.
My oven mitt's too small.
That's not a question.
Why don't we just buy H-E-B jalapeno poppers? They're made by hand with cream cheese and thick sliced original bacon.
That sign doesn't say cooking with Timmy.